everybody, this is the Marine with Backpacking with a Hammock. One of the most important pieces of gear in backpacking, of course, is the backpack. In the marketplace today, there's so many different types of backpack, which can lead to so much confusion. And if you're starting to get into or thinking about backpacking, that confusion can lead to so much more frustration. In this video, we're going to look at what I believe is the 3 big mistakes people often make when they purchase a backpack. And the first one is not getting the proper size for the trip that they're planning. The second one is not getting a pack that fits their body. And the third one is putting a pack on so you can hike long distance in comfort. Now the first tip we're going to look at is how to choose a pack that fits your trip. And we're going to break the trip down into 3 categories. The first one's going to be overnight, the second one a weekend, and the third is a multi-day or sectional hike. Now a pack for an overnight trip, if that's all you're going to do, would be 20 to 50 liter in size. But if you're going to do a weekend or even a long weekend, you'd want a bigger pack, and the pack about 50 to 60 liters would work for a weekend or long weekend. But now if you're going to do a multi-day or sectional hike where it's 5 days or more, you'd want a larger pack, and you'd be looking at a pack about 60 to 80 liters, and that would be the right size. And that's the most popular pack for backpacking. And this would cover all of the different types of trips you'd have. So if you're thinking about going on a weekend trip and I might graduate and doing a sectional hike someday, then this is a size pack you'd want to get. Now you may be doing a long extended trip, or you may be into just setting up a base camp so you don't have to hike too far, so you can bring extra gear to make it more comfortable. We call it luxury items. Or you may be hiking in the winter time and you have to bring more clothing to stay warm. Or you may bring children backpacking with you and you have to bring extra gear to make it more enjoyable for them. Then you'd want a larger pack, and then you'd want a pack over 80 liters. Now you may need a pack that's a little larger if you don't have the equipment yet. So the stuff that you're going to be putting in there might be a little bulky, so you might need a bigger pack. But I really suggest that you try to get a nice pack that fits the trip you're doing. Now what I believe one of the biggest mistakes people will make is they'll buy a big pack or have these multi-pockets on there. So they think if I have this big pack, I can put more stuff in there, and the more stuff I have in there, the more enjoyable my trip will be. And all it is doing is driving up the weight of that pack on your back, and it's really uncomfortable when you have a heavy pack hiking day after day. And the stuff that you put in your pack, that extra stuff, you more than likely are not going to use, and I guarantee you don't need it. Now another thing you may want to consider when purchasing a backpack is the weight of the pack itself. Now as you start getting more into backpacking, you're doing longer distance on your hike, you want a lighter pack, because the lighter the pack, the easier, more enjoyable it is having less weight on your back as you're hiking those long distance. And you could have a Gregory or an Osprey pack weigh twice as much as, say, an ULA or a Z-Pack, Hyperlight Mountain Gear, or even a Gossamer Gear pack. Now an example of that would be a Gregory Valtero 65 would weigh just under 5 pounds. But I can take a ULA Ohm like this pack I have on my back, and that only weighs 35 ounces. And even less, a Z-Pack I recall weighs only 24 ounces. And there's packs even lighter than that. Now the second big mistake is not choosing a pack that fits your body. Like clothing, packs come in different sizes. You want to measure the length of your torso, not your height. Packs come in different sizes, like extra small, small, medium, regular, or you have large, which is tall. Now there's 2 ways to find your pack size. The first one is going to a specialty store like REI, and a staff member there will help measure your torso. They have a gauge that they'll put on your back to measure your torso, and they'll help you find the right pack size for you and answer any questions that you have. And I really suggest that you do that if you have a specialty store nearby you. Otherwise, the second one is you have a friend or someone help you measure your torso.
Tilt your head forward and feel for the bony bump where the slope of your shoulder meets your neck. This is your 7th vertebrae, or C7, and is the top of your torso length. On each side of your body, slide your hands down to the rib cage to the top of your hip bones with your index fingers pointing forward and your thumbs pointing backwards. and draw an imaginary line between your thumbs. This spot on your lumbar is the bottom of your torso measurement. Stand up straight and have your friend measure the distance between the imaginary line between your thumbs and to the C7. This is your torso length.
And then you compare it to a size chart, and that'll help you get the right size pack. Now, the third big mistake is not customizing the fit. In other words, you just put the pack on and you don't adjust it to your body and you just take off. And I would like to show you what I believe is the best way to adjust the pack to your body to make it more comfortable so you can hike longer and farther.
Try always to pick the pack up with a backpack handle, which is a sewn loop. Put the pack on your back. So that the hip belt is resting over your hip bones. Close the hip belt buckle and tighten it. You should feel most of the weight of the pack on your hips, not on your shoulders. Pull down and back on the ends of the shoulder straps to tighten them. Shoulder straps should fit closely to hold the pack body against your back, thus keeping the load forward. Your shoulders should not be carrying the weight. Load lifter straps are located just below the tops of your shoulders, near your collarbones. Gently tug the load lifter straps to pull the weight off your shoulders to level the pack to your body. Adjust the sternum strap to a comfortable height across your chest as needed. Buckle the sternum strap and tighten until the shoulder straps are pulled comfortably inwards from your shoulders, allowing your arms to move freely. Go back to the shoulder straps and carefully take a bit of the tension off of them to ensure that the majority of the weight is carried by your hip.
And most people will do it this way, but it is personal preference. Well, this concludes this first episode of Backpacking 101. The next episode, we're going to look at the 4 different types of stove that you'd use for backpacking. If you like this video, please click the like button down below and share. If you found this video to be helpful and insightful, please hit that subscribe button. But if you want to be notified, you have to hit that little bell on the right-hand side. And if you have any questions or comments, I really would love to hear from you. Please write them down below. This is the Marine with Backpacking with a Hammock. Thank you for watching, and God bless.